I know the average person would watch and say, how are you so calm in
You
this
know,
situation?
I put my trust and faith in God. You know, I really can't deal with my son right now. I'm struggling to deal with my daughter. I'm struggling to keep my sanity right now. You know,
Just
she
one
had a lot of friends. You know, the family loved her. You know, she was very outgoing. Siblings have squabbles. You know, they have disagreements. You know, nothing would have ever made me think that it would have gone that far.
Your son had never gotten violent like this in the past.
Not to this extent.
A parent's greatest joy is witnessing her children love and care for one another without fail. But what happens when they realize they lost both of their children because they were unable to resolve their differences before they became fatal? In this video, we'll go into a story that surprisingly raises a lot of questions and causes a surprising amount of uncertainty. In this story, we'll discover what happened to Mercedes Iverson and her husband, AKA Norbert Carter III, who terribly lost their lives. Before we begin this video, we would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends who were severely affected by this horrible crime. We would also like to send condolences to Mercedes and Norbert's family and friends. Today's case takes us to Cleveland. Cleveland is a city located in northeastern Ohio. The city has a population of around 380,000 residents. It is situated on the southern shore of Lake Erie, at the mouth of the Cuyahoga River, in the Great Lakes region of the United States. The city has a rich history dating back to its founding in the early 19th century. It played a significant role in the Industrial Revolution and was once a major manufacturing and shipping hub.
I'll talk to my friends and I'll text Fallon or something and be like, is this crazy? Am I crazy? Like, or am I wrong? Or, at least have one person you're comfortable with that's your sounding board that can make you feel comfortable or, make you feel understood,
Oh, and Fallon does that for you? America, you heard it here first.
Oh my God, I can't always talk to you. If you know what? Sometimes if you the one that made me upset, I don't want to talk to you.
You heard it here first, America.
Mercedes Iverson was born October 5, 1992. Mercedes attended Shaw High School and, based on her social media accounts, graduated from the University of Charleston. She is a certified cosmetologist as well as a beauty creator. People spoke well about Mercedes because she was a lovely, compassionate person who was nice to everyone. After dating for over 6 years, she was also married to a man going by the name of AKA Norbert Carter III. In addition to hosting the Sweet Remedy podcast, he was a customer service representative. Mercedes and her husband were expecting a baby girl, Ava, and they were looking forward to her arrival. Carter and Mercedes were just pleased and excited about their future together. They loved each other and would stop at nothing to keep the other safe. She also had a brother, Jason, with whom she had a great relationship. Anytime Jason needed anything, he could always count on his sister's support. Along with celebrating all of their birthdays and accomplishments, they were infatuated with each other. They would settle their differences and go on, just as any other siblings would, but regrettably, they had unresolved problems that they were unable to settle. Sadly, these problems would ultimately prove to be life-threatening. On September 4, 2023, several families celebrated Labor Day at Stafford Park in Maple Heights, Cleveland, Ohio, a neighborhood that is thought of as a suburb of Cleveland. Cynthia, Mercedes' mother, requested her daughter to bring a stroller for her great-grandson to the park where they were attending a church picnic. Jason, her brother, harbored a grudge that he refused to let go of, since Mercedes and her brother had been at odds throughout the summer. Jason arrived at the park a little after 3 p.m. He lost his cool when he spotted Mercedes and her husband. Jason seemed to be uncontrollably angry. Cynthia attempted to resolve the matter by informing them that they had to leave because it was a church function. Jason then decided to open fire on his sister, who was pregnant, killing her as she and Trey made their way to their vehicle. A 13-year-old was also shot by him, but the youngster is expected to fully recover. After that, Carter fled to a nearby pavilion and attempted to hide in the restroom, but Jason found him and shot him dead as well. Jason shot his sister and brother-in-law, ran across the parking lot on foot, and was apprehended the next street. He was accused of both murder and attempted murder. Jason had a couple of failures in his life that he was unable to handle, could have probably caused him to take his sister's life, his mother claimed.
A man gunned down 3 members of his own family in a feud that ended in their murders. He was in court today. Our Harry Boomer live with all the details you need to know in this tragic incident. Harry.
Well, Brian, what would cause a brother to shoot and kill allegedly his own sister? Police and prosecutors want to know, and that process started today.
Victim's going to be a pregnant female. Looks like her brother shot her. Well, there's another victim in the bathroom shot, you guys. 2 GSWs.
29-year-old Jason Iverson was video arraigned in Garfield Heights Muni Court this morning. He is in a lot of trouble.
Count 1 being a charge of aggravated murder.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, and as to count 2, charge of aggravated murder.
Not guilty.
And as to charge 3, a count of attempted aggravated murder.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Out of the blue, you know, my son shows up, and as soon as he sees them, he's just like, he just goes off.
Maple Heights police say he fatally shot his own pregnant sister, Mercedes Iverson, and her husband, Trey Carter. Their unborn child also died. Jason is also charged with injuring a 13-year-old boy. Jason's mother explaining why to our Kelly Kennedy on Tuesday.
The bottom line is he was holding a grudge. He just wouldn't let it go. It just festered, and I guess that was the end result.
The horror of this story is far from over. Jason has to stand trial for the crimes he's accused of. It all unfolded in Stafford Park in Maple Heights on Monday, Labor Day, shortly after 3 p.m. In addition to allegedly taking 3 lives, listen to what he has potentially thrown away.
He does have 3 children, including 1 child on the way, permanent residence in the Cleveland area. He was gainfully employed. He's also seen a psychiatrist and receiving mental health treatment.
Jason Iverson faces some major time in prison if he's convicted. He could get life and or death penalty for the murder charges if he's convicted, and indefinite sentences for the attempted murder charges. Outside the Maple Heights Police Department, I'm Harry Boomer, 19 News.
It is devastating and unacceptable to take your sister and her husband's life because you have a grudge or problems in your life. We hope the family finds solace so they may move on from this horrible loss. If you would like to stay updated with this type of content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the following video.